What's up, guys? Since we are well into a new year and the boss DPS meta has consolidated around hot new weapons like Heritage and Cloudstrike, I thought it might be fun to go back and see how some of the older DPS elites do in the Beyond Light era. I really appreciate the work of all the full-time content creators out there who cover this stuff, but it's always best to confirm with first-hand testing whenever possible. And since I had a little extra time at home this past year, I went ahead and built 3 of my favorite exotics. Today, we're going to be testing them to see how they stack up. In the absence of our dearly departed DPS sponge Greg the Ogre, I've asked my friend Greg to stand in. What's up, Greg? First up is 1000 Voices. I find the base model a little creepy, so mine has the One Terrible Scream ornament. The advantage of 1000 Voices over something like Whisper of the Worm is the ability to do big burst damage while on the move without needing to hit precision shots. Keep in mind that all these will be base numbers with no other buffs. You'll see here that one trigger pull hits for 53,484 damage on Greg. This also turns out to be the DPS number, as 1 KV's charge time is exactly 1 second. This isn't quite on par with current best options, but with reserve mods, your total damage works out to almost 430,000, which is still pretty respectable. Just be careful not to blow yourself up. Next up, Divinity. While the debuff and giant crit point it creates with its exotic perk Judgment are crucial for certain bosses, one thing that's often overlooked is the damage that the weapon itself does. You'll see here that base damage from the beam comes out to only about 7,600 DPS, but don't forget that its perk Penance hits for an extra chunk of damage periodically. You can see here on Greg that the pulse does 24,079 additional damage every 4 seconds. This bumps the total DPS up to around 13,600. Not spectacular, but not too far off from Anarchy, as we'll see. Speaking of, we also tested Anarchy, which is still widely used in combination with legendary special weapons for boss DPS. But I thought it would be good to have exact numbers when weighing it versus other options, in case anyone's on the fence about spending their spoils on it. So getting to the numbers, you'll see each round hits for 4140 combined, then ticks for 7240 every second. And they just keep ticking, for way longer than you'd think. Long enough to kill most enemies while you hide safely in cover. The DPS number is only around 15,000, but the combo potential and ammo efficiency are as good as ever, especially with that recent sword nerf. Given we live in a sunsetting world now, it's safe to say these 3 exotics will stay relevant perpetually moving forward. I made mine out of blood, sweat, and printer plastic, but the in-game versions work just as well. Don't worry guys, no Gregs were harmed in the making of this video. Thanks for watching, catch you guys next time.